Hey, what up, y'all? I want to do this. Dang, I want to do this clip before I go to bed. It's this DDG and Halle Bailey clip. Let's go.
It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like.
And shout out to this brother right here, this Jay Nolan, and look like he has a extensive breakdown. Let's get it.
Button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Single by choice, finding a voice, thinking hell in the choice, sick of niggas still in the joy. Want a man, not a boy. She used to ride or die, but now she dying to live. Last dude did a bed, left her stuck with a kid. She working 2 jobs, Amazon and U-Haul, food stamps and coupons. Been doing this for too long. They wonder why she distant when she in the mix. But she done wasted so much time, you gotta come legit. Ain't no more Netflix and chillin'. She feel like texting for children. Want you to call her and gotta be ballin', but every now and then you can spoil with a lot of drama. Allegations of him cheating, talking to other women, perhaps trying to get back with Ruby Rose, his ex, in the midst. There was even the drama about Halle wearing a shirt. I think it was an old shirt that actually used to belong to Ruby Rose. That was some drama. Just countless shit. I can't even remember everything. You know what I mean? The breakup was public when she didn't necessarily even ask for that information to be put out there. Her being pregnant was broadcast primarily on his part. People were speculating, but he's the one that put it out there. So,
Bro, what proof do you got on that?
Told her to run. One of their worst nightmares was for them to have a child together, and it actually materialized, right? In the last couple of weeks, well, hell, about a month or so ago, DDG was online claiming he didn't have access to his son. Halle and Halo were sick, had RSV. He got on his stream complaining about how he couldn't take the child home. I want to be with my son. He's sick.
Second thought, I ain't about to use this cat. This cat here look like he pandering. Hold up. Let me go with Tony Gaskins.
And don't pitch your fit. Don't come on here demanding something when you ain't paying a dime for these videos and this here insight. Like, if you got a problem with me texting, you ain't got to watch the video. It's like, shut up and go on somewhere. Scratch your booty and get glass. Stay out my comment with that nonsense. Getting me out of the fruits of the spirit. Satan, I rebuke you. And so we the boys program this week, that my phone going crazy. So I'm all day long with the boys program is going through. So we trying to take and get them set up and scheduled. And so I'm still raising funds. The link is in the description. We still trying to make sure meals taken care of, hotel room taken care of. But the way you do it is like, it's a big undertaking. But I wanted to pop on here and touch on this because I've seen a few people. I'm under the weather, so y'all got to forgive my voice. And I may have to pause and, call for what have you. But to give me 1 second here. Alrighty, y'all forgive me. So on this here software, you able to hit pause. Oh, this is a good StreamYard. And StreamYard sent me a chat. And want to touch on this DDG. Man, I don't know if the young lady name is Halle. It looked like it's spelled Halle, like Halle Berry, like her parents named her after Halle Berry. Because her last name started with a B too, Halle Bailey. And I always Google it and try to find me an article. So I Googled it, found me an article on, what was it? Found me an article on ABC News, which is a reputable site. And so I'm gonna read that, and so that way we have a.
And again, shout out to Tony Gaskins.
He'll feedback and see what we got here. Cause if not, okay, there it go. And they just updated theirs. They just did theirs 12 hours ago. And what it says is that actor Halle Bailey, and it could be Haley now, but it's spelled Halle, because Haley is Hailey. So forgive me if I'm saying her name wrong. Actor Halle Bailey gets restraining order against rapper DDG alleging violence.
Dang, now I need a
Los
bathroom.
Angeles judge has granted a restraining order to the Little Mermaid actor and singer Halle Bailey, who says her ex-boyfriend, the rapper and YouTuber DDG, has been repeatedly violent with her, and she fears for herself and the baby they have together. The judge on Tuesday ordered DDG, whose legal name is Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr., to stay away from Bailey and their 17-month-old son, Halo, until a June 6 hearing. So it's May 14th, so less than a month. Now, what you have to touch on right here real quickly is this judge putting his or her life on they name on the line. So the judge has looked thoroughly into this. So we can't get off to that, oh, she could be lying, oh, she could be making this up. The judge is looking at all the facts that is available to the public and making a decision. So it gotta be some validity. It ain't always something. All the time we be like, oh, women get this, women get that, women get this. I'm out here and I'm in the trenches with men and women, and so we can't just be so quick to just jump and assume that a woman is always lying. And especially when a woman got her own, she got her own money, doing her own thing, it's less reason to have to lie. So we got to understand that throughout our relationship. Bailey said in documents requesting the order.
Okay, here we go.
Daryl has been and continues to be physically, verbally, emotionally, and financially abusive towards me. I am seeking orders to protect myself and our son Halo from this ongoing abuse. A message seeking comment from a representative for Granberry was not immediately answered. Bailey 25, Granberry 27. Were in a relationship.
Okay, I didn't even know they were that old. I thought they was younger than that.
Last year, and since their breakup, there have been multiple acts of physical violence, Bailey said. In a January incident that she recounts in detail, Bailey said Granberry was repeatedly calling her a B. They spelled it out now, the B word, the cuss word, as she tried to strap the baby into a seat inside his car. It sounded like he was mad she was taking the baby right there, because why would you be calling this woman that while she's strapping the baby into the car? The baby first words, baby probably around here calling people bees. Baby 17, so you know most of the times baby could talk at 12.
Yep.
Why villains are afraid of the Flash? One night.
Well, baby around here cussing people out because they raggedy daddy. The next thing I knew, things got physical between us. Bailey said in the documents. Now she said the next thing she knew, things got physical. Now, Haley, did you turn around and swing because he was calling you a B, or did he yoke you up? We fought each other wrestling, and she said we fought each other. Now,
mutual combat.
Some of these points, if I read it all the way through,
that's mutual combat, ladies and gentlemen.
We fought each other.
Mutual combat.
Wrestling and tussling. At one point, Daryl was pulling my hair. Oh, he out here fighting like Sinead, because Come on, now.
Ooh.
He then slammed my face on the steering wheel, causing my tooth to get chipped. I then stopped fighting back as I was in a lot of pain. That tooth took out. When she got that tooth chipped, I bet that thing was throbbing. And so here, now, that right there, I ain't read this whole thing before I shot this video. I read to that point and my blood started boiling. Because Daryl would be dead right now if that was my sister. So Daryl, I'm going to tell you like this right here. You better go sit your little soft behind down. Because
Talk to
if
him.
you got a man in her family, you finna get lined up, boy. So you better sit your little raggedy soft behind down and go get you some darn therapy. Or give me a call. Because your butt out of line, slamming this young lady's face on the steering wheel and even fighting with this woman. That's some punk behavior, and you too old for that.
Get him,
27
get him,
years
Tony.
old. Find you some help, boy, and get your life together and start acting like, oh, you care so much about that child. No, you don't. Men leave their child every single doggone day. And if you care about that child, you want to be beating a mama if you care about that child. So get your life together. Bailey included photos of her tooth and bruises on her arms and her filing. She got the proof on it now. In March, she said Granberry entered her house when she wasn't home and texted her a photo of her bed along with a threatening message having sex with other men. See, he insecure.
Bro, that's weird nigga behavior, man. How you gonna break it into the chick's house, take a picture of the bed? Bro, that's weird nigga behavior. You Hollywood niggas weird.
He didn't realize you can't hold no woman down. She not the average woman from the block that he used to dating. Now he got a woman with her own money, her own motion, her own life, and so she ain't got to put up with his grown boy behavior. Because if she was happy, ain't no way she'll leave if he was doing what he supposed to do. A few days later, she said he berated her when she did not want to send their sick baby on a visit with him and smashed the Ring camera on her porch when he realized it was recording the confrontation. She said when she called a relative for help, he took her phone and got into his car, slamming the door on her as she was holding the baby. Bailey filed a police report over the incident. Yeah, he losing his mind. She also asked that Granberry be ordered to stop using his streaming platforms on Twitch and YouTube to turn his followers against her. And that right there is what I call...
See, now that's control.
And a lot of people do that.
See, that right there is Halle Bailey trying to one up him. These are basically two people who really should never got together trying one up one another. That's what the hell it is.
It be men. Sometimes Cardi B does it, but a lot of people do that. A lot of these celebrities be doing that, but we have not heard tell of Haley doing that, or Halle, whichever one it is. Now, y'all gotta forgive me. Whenever he wishes to cause upset, he starts bad-mouthing me to his several millions of fans. She said in the documents, he claims I am withholding our son and that I am with other men. As a result, I then received...
To be honest, I don't give two shits if she's with another guy. But there has been evidence of you withholding that damn baby. Now, you said that you, in the paperwork that Tony just read, that you and DDG are fighting one another. You are a mutual combat bae, which means you don't get no sympathy from me. Neither does he. Neither one of y'all don't get no sympathy from me. Now, Tony may give y'all some sympathy, but I sure as hell the fuck will not.
Threats and hate on social media. That's so toxic. And that's how you know he guilty. Because you're not finna sick these millions of people onto this one woman. That's how you know he guilty. That right there let me know because of the behavior. You're not finna move like that.
Tony.
Because if you...
Tony, respectfully, Both of them are in the wrong. Respectfully. Both of them
You can
are in
take
the
the high
wrong.
road and go through the law the way she doing it. You ain't finna do that and talking about withholding her son because you unstable. What you think she supposed to do? I would tell her if I was her brother or her daddy, which I'm about to be one of them, if you keep acting like this, because I'm finna be out there in L.A.
In my opinion, these two people should have went straight through the court. If they was already if they already had this much level of dysfunction, they should have went straight through the damn court and let the court do this shit right.
We finna ride that dart because you out there acting a fool and you sending a message to your millions of that follow you that this is cool, that it's okay. That when you mad and you upset, you get to strong arm your woman. You's a punk and you need to get your life together because you should never be putting your hands on a woman. It's like you got to realize and understand that like we was in that when we was in the streets. We full time selling drugs. We had war mentally, emotionally, spiritually. When I was playing football, I'm getting my head bashed in every day. This man got millions. He making millions, touching millions, streaming. You in the lap of luxury, but you ain't got no real stress. Like you ain't got no real problems to even be able to say like, oh, I'm distraught because of this. I'm distraught because I know men. We don't miss our kids like that. I'm an amazing father. I only have 2 kids from one woman, and I'm in the home with them every day. When I'm in South Africa on a speaking engagement for 2 weeks, I barely miss my kids, and that's just the honest truth about it because we built for war. We built for deployment. We built for hunting. We built for gathering. We built to be able to be separated from our kids and still function. Man is not like a man is not like a woman. A woman carries the child. And some women still don't miss their child when they be apart from them. I know for a fact men do not be losing it like that. I be around men. I'm a man. I'm like, yeah, we love our child. Yeah, I will kill by my child. But I'm not sitting there curled up in the fetal position crying, going, oh, I miss my child. I miss my child. The truth about these situations is the man and sometimes the woman use the child as an excuse to get at the ex. He want to see his ex, not that child. He want to be, and that's why he is beating on her, putting hands on her, because he mad with her, not that child. That's all that's about. Granberry was also ordered not to possess any weapons. The judge can extend the order for up to 5 years at the June 6 hearing. DDG from Pontiac, Michigan, that's a problem right there. From Durham, Michigan in Los Angeles. First saw success as a video streamer and then as a hip-hop artist. On May 5th, he released his 4th studio album, Blame the Chat, on Epic Records. And just lame activity. Blame the Chat. Bailey from Atlanta has been nominated for 5 Grammy Awards as both a solo artist and as part of Chloe and Halle, or Halle, the duo with her sister that first brought her fame. She starred in the sitcom Grownish from 2018 to 2022, and from 2023 played the title character in Disney's live-action remake of The Little Mermaid. And she probably got a bag for that. Probably got a bag for that Little Mermaid.
Until she got pregnant.
Music deals be trash, but she probably still could have touched millions. And then she was in Grownish. That pay don't be crazy either, but it's still decent. You know, enough to have your own, to be able to buy you a house and a car and take care of yourself and not need a man for his money. So she not trying to get the man money. She put a restraining order, which I don't blame her because it really, as men, we have to learn how to be emotionally intelligent. It don't matter what a woman say. You can't be 27 years old. And the reason why I'm pointing out his age, whatever he is, 27 to 25, is because if a man is 18, 19 years old, it's like he's so underdeveloped. After after the age of 25, you fully, meaning his brain, his emotional processing and stuff like that, still would not make an excuse for them, but you would have an explanation. At 25 years old, the brain is fully developed, and you ready to move forward. You able to do what you can do. And so, and now at this point, you should be able to process your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. But the thing about it is, which I understand is, because I used to be a punk. And so, that's how you can recognize stuff. You know, he is a punk right now, in the literal sense of the word, not being derogatory or disrespectful. He's a punk right now. And because once you become a real man, you would never put your hands on a woman. Even if she put her hands on you, you'll call the police on her. If you have to restrain her or block the punches or whatever, you'll do that. But you would not strike her with intent to harm like this punk is doing. And so he is a punk, and he got to grow up. And the thing about it is, he don't realize he gonna lose his life, because it's gonna take one man in her family to have a bad day. And it could be a woman in her family, like that young lady that just, I think she killed 2 men and shot 2 other ones for jumping her brother. It could be a woman in her family. It's like, as men, we have to evolve. And we got to get past the point of putting hands on a woman. If she put hands on you, call the police on her, send her butt to jail. So, do I think Haley or Halle is innocent? She might not be. She might be poking the bear. She might be antagonizing them. One of the things that is common in relationships, not necessarily in theirs, because I don't know all the details, because he ain't share his story, other than what him saying he ain't seen his child in X amount of time. But the thing about it is, when a woman got her own and all she needs is love, there's no reason for her to keep the child from you unless you're unstable, unless you unhinged. Like, a healthy woman wants her child to have a father in their life. They don't want their child to be without a father and have that void. They don't want that. And so what you have to realize and understand is, that's a situation where, if for her to say you can't see your child, the behavior that he exhibited is showing why. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't let you see the child either if you calling me out my name, putting hands on me, bruising me up. No, you want to see that child? I wouldn't have no parts of you. Wouldn't have nothing to do with you. And it's like, okay, if she antagonized you with words and said certain little stuff, then you ain't got the emotional intelligence to not react physically, then you a crash out. And if you a crash out, you don't deserve to be around no 17-month-old baby. Like, you too unstable. Like, you don't deserve to be around that child till that child like 5 years old. And really not even then. Like, the child really need to be 13 years old. If you are a crash out to where you get physical with a little woman, it's not like you dating Brittany Griner or Clarissa Shields, who could put paws to you, put fist to face. You dating Halle Bailey. It's like, and yeah, she not like no Ariana Grande size, but still, it's like, that's a little woman. Like, he ain't like, as a grown man, and he might be over 6 foot tall. As a big, musky grown man, like, what can you be scared of? Boy, you got to get physical with this woman. Like, what can you be scared of? Like, let's be real. Let's be real about this thing. And so, here's the thing, is women be wanting a man, and wanting a man who on a level financially and socially, and not realizing that for most men, money and fame changes us in a sadistic, twisted way. And that we, on average, don't know how to handle money and fame without being arrogant.
Um, I gotta push back on that. Men of a certain status like things a certain way. It is what it is. But to call him arrogant and saying that he don't know how to handle success, some men do not know how to handle success. Some, but not all. Let's continue.
And that's why the Bible tells us to be lowly in spirit. Because when a man is not lowly in spirit, when we're not humble at heart, we are a walking nightmare. We're a living, breathing nightmare. And that's one of the things to where we have to realize and understand that it's going to come to a situation, to a place to where we can't. Y'all give me 1 second, come on. I'm about to call. All right. So we got to realize and understand where we can't get caught up in just the aesthetics. And so a lot of women don't study character. So what Halle should have did is
See, she's supposed to be taught how to study a man's character.
watch countless hours of his stream and see if he is mature. Listen to his music, listen to his album, and see what he's saying, what he's talking about. Is he mature? And then made a decision. So he has a little bit of money, but he obviously doesn't have character. Because every woman wants love. Every woman want to be married and in a relationship. When I say every, I'm talking about the general consensus. We're not talking about exceptions to the rule. So stay out the comments with your, I don't want to be married. You're on the wrong page then, woman. Get off this page. This is a page for people who are married and people who want to be married. This is not a page for single fornicators who are comfortable being single and fornicating. I am not talking to you. Ain't none of my message for your fornicating behind. If you are willingly and you want to keep fornicating, my message is not for you. Oh, what's honey, you want to need to be there for the people and help them grow. You are grown. You know whether you want to grow or not. I am not a babysitter. This is for people who are looking for growth and want to grow and want to change. Now, what Halle should have did, because these celebrities, they see me be out here and be doing this talking, so they be scared to book before a session. I ain't gonna tell you business. I can't tell you business. That client confidential. It's so much business I can tell right now that I can't tell. I don't tell the business of my clients. Now I tell the business of people I know, people I done met who is not no paid client, who don't pay me for coaching, and they get into some foolishness like Tory Roberts and Keon Henderson divorcing their Christian wives, first ladies of the church, to go marry celebrities. I talk about that. But I ain't coming on here with client business and say, oh, but client such and such said, yeah. And so, I don't know DDG, I don't know Halle. Halle should have hired me. She would have avoided a lot of this. She would have avoided all of this, really. Because I told her from day one. And then I would have make him sign up. And then when I would have got him together, got his life in order. But see, these people, they try to do it on their own, and then they go to these Hollywood therapists who don't want nothing but their money and don't have a clue what they be talking about. Well, what you want to do here is the scientific metabolic thesaurus of the Montessori mitochondria
What?
is diphorious. And they be sitting
What?
out there in Beverly Hills paying $400 an hour to get spent in a circle on the merry-go-round and life be in shambles. Instead of coming to somebody with godly wisdom and real instruction to get their life changed. And just have us who you see on here, have us sign a non-disclosure agreement. Cause we know we ain't got the money to beat you in court if you're scared, but get you some real help, some real instruction. And so they be leading themselves to the slaughter because they go to enablers who not gonna tell them the truth. And so, but now right now somebody talking to Halle and telling her the truth though, because she leaving his sorry butt. And I hope you don't get to see a child until he get his life together. Get you some coaching. Stop smoking weed if you smoke weed. Stop drinking alcohol if you drink alcohol. If you can't handle your drink, if you can't do the right thing, get your life together, man. Get your life together. Give me a call. And yes, I call you a punk because that's what you is. And you need to know that and you need to confront that. And I will call you a punk one-on-one on the phone. Call you a punk to your face. Because what we need as real men is real talk. Get out your feelings and get some real talk. You got a bunch of sissy, mammy lame punks around you who not telling you that you is a lame for putting hands on a woman and that you need to get your life together. Now, the reason why I'm talking like this, because contrary to popular belief, a lot of everyday people don't know that celebrities are everyday people. And celebrities have what you don't have. You work 40 hours a week. Celebrities don't work 40 hours a week. So what celebrities have is time freedom. So when I speak on Shannon Sharp, he watches the video because he has the time to watch it. When I speak on DDG and Halle, they watching this video with you. Anything you comment, they see your comment. You have to realize is I'm not a peon. I got 3.5 million followers online, which I call supporters. Just the systems call it followers. I call it supporters, even though less than 1% of them support me. That's why you can click the link in the description and make a donation to the boys program that's going to Cincinnati this weekend, 15 people deep. And I can't even go with them because my son graduate and family come first. So even though I can't go, I'm still funding their trip through my businesses. And that's why we running a 70% off sale today on Tony Gaskins Academy on the life coach certification and any other course you want if you use the code BOYS2MEN with the number 2, not T-O, boys, B-O-Y-S, number 2, M-E-N, DDG, buy a course, Halle, buy a course, and help these boys get to Cincinnati this weekend. And so, here's the thing, what you have to realize is I got 3.5 million supporters online. These people know who I am. They done seen my video just because of how the algorithm works. On TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. So they get the message. And to be honest with y'all, a lot of times what y'all don't realize, a lot of times these celebrities, now some of them have went as far as to follow me. And they'll let me know. And then when I say their name, that I see them follow me, then someone will unfollow me. But like Karuchi Chan, what she went through, she followed me on Twitter. Lauren London, Lil Wayne, and Nipsey Hussle, mother of their children, she used to follow me on Twitter. She unfollowed me after I said her name on a call. She unfollowed me. Her friend told her. Her friend followed me too. But it's a lot of these celebrities that follow me. And so they get the messages too. And some of them make changes in their life. Because just like myself, some of them can't go to a therapist and they can't go to a life coach. So they get their coaching from YouTube. So I can't go to a therapist because of my brand size. Unless a therapist is AI and I'm talking to a computer and it's completely encrypted, any human being that I go to is gonna tell my business. Even if they only tell it to their spouse or to their best friend. That's human nature. Now you will have therapists in the comments lying, saying that they don't tell none of their clients' business. You are a lie, and you are going to hell if you keep telling that lie. You do tell the business of somebody who is interesting. If it's not worth talking about, and you got all clients who not worth talking about outside of that session, then you're not going to tell the business. But if a celebrity or a influencer come sit down and do a session with you, you fixing to tell somebody. That is human nature. If I have an interesting session, I'm gonna talk to my wife. She don't know who I'm talking about. She can't see the person a lot of times. I don't even see the person. But I'm just saying, hey, just talk to this client. This client said that they got AIDS and herpes. And then slept with 109 people. I'm finna tell that. That's my other half. That's my wife. She don't know who I'm talking about. But so that's what I want you to understand. That's why I don't go to therapy. Because that therapist gonna tell their spouse or their best friend. Then that once they get there, them people have no loyalty. They going to tell their barber or they hairdresser, or they gonna tell their best friend. Oh, you know, Tony Gasson was going through this with his wife, and he on here giving all their relationship advice, and he going through this. But it's they so detached from social media and not having a following that it'll just travel Poughkeepsie, New Jersey, or Selma, Alabama, and never get to the media. And they know, everybody know I'm on a one-person tell basis. Because if this come out, this gonna come back to such and such the therapist, who is a therapist, and I'm gonna get, they license gonna be revoked. They gonna lose their license, and then such and such gonna know I told. So you can't tell nobody. So everybody tell one person. Everybody tell one person. And so that's how that right there works. Now the thing about it is, for me, I have learned that my wife don't tell business because she don't tell her own business, and she don't tell me her friends' business. So, and there's only certain people like that now. And I don't believe in that zodiac and stuff. She's September 26th. My dad is September 30th. Both of them the same way. You can confide in them, and they won't tell nobody. And it's just a strange thing in the world. But they also will drown in their own problems because they don't like to talk about their own problems. And it's just funny to me that their birthday 4 days apart. And I'm not, oh, that's a Libra, that's a this or that. Hush, we ain't no zodiac. We ain't talking about that. It's just the way God made us. It just sometimes we'll have similarities. And so, that's what we got to realize. And understand that right now. And you get to that point and you get to that place to where it get out there. You know, it gets out there. And so some of these celebrities, I have to do videos on them now because I realize they ain't got nobody to talk to. But the thing about it is, my style is my style. So, and that style ain't for everybody. But see, it's for everybody when nobody knows. Meaning, if somebody ain't got to watch the person cry or deal with it, they could deal with it. But like, if it was like they sitting in the audience of my seminar and I went to coach them like that right now in front of everybody, nah, they wouldn't be able to take it. But like this right here, one-on-one, yeah, they get the message. They get the message. So listen, I'm gonna tell you like this right here. If you don't like the way I do my video, shut up and go somewhere else. stay out my comments. I don't have the time. I don't have the temperament. I don't have the patience for your opinion. I'm doing what the Lord called me to do, the way I'm called to do it. You do what you need to do on your channel. And do not be telling me how to do a video on my channel. Thank you. God bless you. Keep your head up. One lady came, Tony, can you stop addressing the hater? Don't tell me who to address and not to address. I'm talking to you, because you telling me what to do and what not to do. And my wife told me the other day, she said, do not go into this insurance company and let these people make you do anything you don't want to do. Because the agency I'm with, we got a conference in June. And they have people come up on the stage. I have no desire to get on no stage. Like, I retired from speaking. I don't want to be on no stage in front of nobody. Some people think that's a fake, humble ploy. No, that's really me, because I'm really already him. Like, I already got it. Like, I don't have a desire to be on a stage. Like, I'm already made. Like, I've already done all that, seen all that. That don't do nothing for me. Some people, that's their life wish. They want to be on the stage. They want that spotlight. I want God's spotlight. I don't want man's spotlight. I want to be pleasing to God. And a lot of people don't realize, like, Jesus was cutthroat. He was real. He was direct. Everybody he talked to, it was a harsh truth. Wasn't nothing but it soft and sensitive. Like, he'd look you in your eyes and tell you who you is and who you ain't. What you can and cannot do. Point blank, period. Hard. Like, imagine looking somebody in their eyes and saying, Satan, get thee behind me. Jesus did that to Peter. And, like, we forget that. When people say, the Bible say be gentle. That's not what it's talking about. That ain't what it's talking about. So, stop trying to use that. And you just want to say be gentle because the truth stepping on your toes. And you know, if you hear the truth gently, your butt not gonna make a change. And so you want it to be something where you know you ain't gotta respond to it and make a change. But when the truth hurt, then that's when it start to heal you. And so that's what we got to realize and understand. Is we got to be real out here. So y'all talk me about that. They not big enough celebrities to have hit the main media airwaves and to have crossed mine. I had no clue about the DDG and Halle Bailey allegation situation. Had no clue about it. So y'all tipped me off to that. Thank you for putting that in the chat. One of my clients I coached today said she seen that in the comments and she went and Googled it. She had not heard about it. And so, you know, they not there yet. Like Shannon Sharp, because of his Cat Williams interview, it made him an A-list celebrity. Just off ESPN or Fox, he still would have been a B or C. And so with DDG now, that's what they'll kind of be considered around like a B list. For some people, C list, you know, and for some people, G and H list. Because we all are nobody to somebody, and we all are somebody to God, and we all are somebody to somebody. And so I know who they are. Never watched or paid attention to either of them. Like, they probably have not watched or paid attention to me, but they probably have seen my name. And they may watch this, of course, because they name in the title. And DDG might try to get it struck down if he get in his feelings. But it is what it is. We have to be real about these situations. And you got to realize that if you are a woman, you got to pay attention to the man. You got to pay attention to the man. To the man character. And when you pay attention to the man character, then that's when you're going to see who he is. And you got to do exactly what Halle is doing. to see if it'll. Y'all gotta forgive me because my team texted me, one of my coaches, and you gotta do exactly what Halle is doing by following this restraining order. You can't play with these folks. You can't play with these folks. Somebody gonna want to put their hand on you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're not getting down like that, Playboy. You got to get your life all the way together, Playboy. We is not finna move like that, boy. Absolutely not, boy. And so, we got to get to that place. And realize and understand that. And then, to the men, we know that not everything is a man's fault. We already know that. But what we have to do is we got to come to a place as a man that we accept accountability, and we do what we need to do, and we get to a place to where we are taking and y'all gotta forgive me because I cannot.
Dang, he still got ways to go.
Get my coat, trying to find my coat.
Bro, I gotta cut this off. I'm sitting there drifting, sleeping, shit.
Cannot find 'em.
Bye, y'all.